Ravi, always a pleasure speaking to you. However, every year you and I seem to speak to each other about a shortage of blood. Tell me, what are we looking like as we go into the festive season? There's a call for people to come out and donate.
Good morning, Garrett. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Yes, unfortunately, as much as we try to plan for the festive season, we reach a stage where we are restricted in the places we can go to collect blood. Schools close, universities and businesses, etc. So it is quite a battle. And particularly Group O blood, because Group O blood can be used for all people. It's called the universal blood. It can be given to anyone in an emergency. So if people are traveling and there's an accident, we give Group O blood before even doing tests. And unfortunately, we need to have a 5-day stock of Group O blood. At the moment, we're just under 3 days of stock.
I don't imagine lockdown and COVID-19 has helped that. You alluded to it slightly, Ravi, when schools closing, shopping centres not necessarily being as full as they used to. What has been the plan around trying to change the way that donors are able to provide blood? Because I know even getting into a hospital these days is nightmarish if you're not coming to see a patient. So how do you see this playing out? What's the solution for you?
Absolutely. When we went to level 5 lockdown in March, just to go back there, we had all our dashboards were green. We had so many clinics planned and everything. And overnight, on the 21st of March, we went to absolute red because all the places that we were scheduled to go and collect blood, we couldn't go anymore. So we made a number of plans over the last 9 months. We go to shopping centers. We've got many donor fixed site centers that we go to. We've found all our donors. We've implemented very, very stringent IPC, infection prevention and control measures. And thanks to our very regular donors, we managed to go through the crisis. While we were in lockdown, and as you said, hospitals were very restricted, a lot of elective surgeries, etc., were cancelled. So even though we were collecting in the region of 20% less blood, there were 20% less procedures. Unfortunately, in the last month and a half since October, elective surgeries and other surgeries have picked up quite significantly, and we just have not been able to collect sufficient blood. So we're still at shopping centers, we're going to communities, we're interacting with religious organizations to try and get into places where we can collect blood. Unfortunately, the biggest area where we used to go, which was the walk sites, most people are still walking from home, so it's quite a significant challenge.
Ravi, it would be remiss of me if I don't ask this question, and I understand you're not a hematologist necessarily, but perhaps you can help viewers understand. Let's talk a little about COVID and the donating of blood. If somebody has had COVID, the recoveries are incredibly high, and that's always very good news. If somebody has had COVID, they have recovered, even if it was a long time ago. Are they allowed to donate blood? Is there some kind of new screening process involved now that we live in the world of COVID-19?
No, absolutely. Once you've recovered from COVID, we've got a very small deferral period, but once you've recovered, you can donate blood. What we are doing currently is we have a program, we have a clinical trial at the South African National Blood Service and the Western Cape Blood Service, where we are collecting plasma from individuals that have recovered from COVID. It's called the convalescent plasma trial, where we are collecting plasma and we are using that plasma because it's got antibodies to the SARS-CoV-2 virus, and we are actually providing that plasma now to patients that are sick with COVID in hospital. So what we are hoping is by providing this plasma, we're providing passive immunity with the antibodies, and we will try and limit the severity of the infection in those patients. So we have enrolled quite a few patients, and the trial will continue until we enroll about 400 patients.
Ravi, thank you very much indeed. It's always a pleasure speaking to you. It's making sense of just not a major call-out for those who can donate blood. Severe shortage of Group O blood. See, I finally got it right. Group O blood is how you say it. Less than 3 days stock. SANBS needs 5 days. If you are able to donate and you are brave enough to head to a local centre or perhaps to a hospital to donate, the SANBS desperately needs your help.